Welcome to the Action Zone. This is our first YouTube video, and we're going to try to make this as awesome as possible. I'm Ethan.
I'm erock596.
And I'm Carl.
And I'm Mike.
This is a review for the Ben 10 Omniverse episode, Have I Got a Deal for You? So this is where the Ben 10 episode starts out. So, the aliens in Undertown are watching Shock Squatch and Thunder fight. And Hookstar starts to figure out what's going on as he walks in to try to scam some aliens. Mostly, Shock Squatch defeats Thunder with a huge electric blast attack. And right as he changes back to Ben, Hookstar sees Ben because, well, he thinks he can make some money off of it. But he tries to give Ben an opportunity for his little job, for stuff. I don't really know what it is, but yeah. So after that, Ben is trying to reject him and thinking he's wasting his time. But Hookstar drags him by force, sort of, into his little base. I guess you could say that.
It's more of a container, but, you know,
Yeah.
mobile home.
So, basically, Hookstar shows his little stuff, basically his toys, around and then he starts to then Ben starts to notice a sumo slammer toy because he really loves those.
Yeah, and then the sumo slammers that he found in the little precious toys that he had, it just shows that he still loves sumo slammers, and and then he went around asking Rook about Hookstar because he was curious and didn't trust him that much. So that was pretty much, and so then he found information that he was Hookstar Larney, and then he found information about what he does, and that he's a man. Fuck, I'm nervous. Oh my god. And so then they went into the room. They found. What did you say? What the fuck? And then, so they went into the room. They found that Pax wanted the things to open up to save the alien that was in the thing. So he wanted to free them, and then the alien.
So anyway,
Screech.
yeah, he went to go find the Screeget. And he goes to the Hookstar's house thing, and he finds the Screeget there. And so, when Ben and Pax go and find the Screeget, that's when Hookstar comes in and he accidentally shoots Pax. And Pax, being a wildvine species, he just regenerated. And then, from out of freaking nowhere, jumps out Solid Plug, and he tackles everyone, spitting them out everywhere. So then Ben's got a hold of the Screeget, and he just transforms into Amphibian. And Amphibian shocks the whole metal container, knocks out Hulkstar and Pax, leaving Solid Plug unharmed. Amphibian and Solid Plug have their little fight, and eventually, when Solid Plug can grab the Screejit container with the Screejit, Ben turns on the suction cups, which traps Solid Plug inside, traps Solid Plug inside the house. Ben goes and flies off above Bellwood, talking to Rook. Rook gets nervous that Ben's got the Screejit, and you can see the Screejit's container cracking. Then the Screejit falls out, hits a building, and grows. Ben lands on the streets of Bellwood, and out comes Pax, telling Ben that a Screejit gets from small and cute to big and ugly by eating nitrogen. Unfortunately, Ben didn't know that, so now they've got this giant Screejit roaming around. Ben thinks that becoming Swamp Fire and setting it on fire will stop the Screejit. Unfortunately, the Screejit's spittle drops down and extinguishes the fire. The Screejit then jumps onto a gas station and blows up the gas station. The Screejit is unharmed and walks away. Then Ben wants to transform it into Fast Track, but ends up as Wild Mutt. Apparently Pax can understand Vulpamancers, and he finds riding a Vulpamancer is wrong. So Ben forces Pax on his back, and they run off to go find the Screejit. Michael?
Okay, and then Hulkstar also chases after them on his bike with Solid Plug riding on the rear. The Screejit destroys the train tracks, and Ben obviously changes back into Ben after that. They get up to train tracks, and like I said, the Screejit destroys the train tracks, and Ben tries to turn into a big alien that will be useful in this situation, which leads to a sequence of missed transformations. Ben, on his first attempt, he turned into Jury Rig, who was redesigned, then Grey Matter, who is also redesigned, and then Nanomech, who is also redesigned. And then he finally gets his choice, which is Blocks. Blocks, he fixes the tracks temporarily, and then he starts to chase after the Screejit. After this, we see Pax's head getting bitten off, which is a bit disturbing. So anyways, Dr. Hooker, or Professor, he tells Ben sure the Screejit would be to form a giant ball around it, and then for him to suck all the oxygen out of it, or nitrogen, my bad. So Ben does this. The Professor sucks all of the air out, and then after that, basically the plumbers come over and take possession of the Screejit, and the episode basically finishes off with Solid Plug being left behind by Hulkstar. So yeah.
Alright, and so I think all of us came to an agreement that we would rate this episode from a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, that this episode deserves a 7.
7.
Because this was more of a filler episode, and the only thing that made it a 7 instead of a 5 or a 6 were the new aliens. Does anyone else have anything to add to that?
Well, I have to admit,
I think that
this was a good episode because of the aliens. There was 4, 5 surprise aliens no one expected. And the episode, well, the storyline was really bad, but it only made it good because it showed the aliens, like swamp fire, amphibian, basically a lot of aliens. Yeah.
I also enjoyed the fact that we got to
like
see
Ethan
a
and
wild
Eric, I
vine.
believe, are-
Yeah, I agree.
I was also surprised that Fast Track was in the episode because the art director of the show kept saying Fast Track and Jet Ray won't be in the show at all, but somehow we saw them mentioned, which was a surprise.
So, Mike, what do you think?
I think you guys already mentioned this, but I think the storyline wasn't that awesome, but I think it made up for it with all the unexpected aliens, which was really cool.
Yeah, I couldn't put it any better myself.
Yeah. Mostly because this episode wasn't as spammed as the first 4 episodes, The More Things Change Part 1, 2, A Jolt from the Past, and Trouble Helix, because YouTube overshowed all these clips. But this one didn't have, like, any clips at all except 2, which was, like, the Shock Squatch and Blocks fight. For alien designs, I have to admit, amphibians is kind of interesting, but
Yeah.
not like good way, because the Omnitrix designed his mouth. It looks like he's sucking on a Banky, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my
Yes.
favorite design has to be Nanomech. With him being the smallest, he looks the more armored out of all of them.
Yeah. His Nanomech, he looks like he's a mix of both Ben 10 Alien Swarm and Ultimate Alien designs, but with the Omniverse kind of costume. And now he has more eyes now. Okay, so we already discussed the ratings. I know this is kind of a crappy video to start with. Because, well, we were just so bad at discussing this, and this is a first YouTube video.
Anyway, the outro. So if you want to hear more of us doing podcasts about the episodes, then we will continue. Like us, subscribe to us. Have a nice day.